Welcome to this in-depth book summary of the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book is a blueprint for understanding power dynamics, strategies, and human behavior. The principles in this book can be applied in almost any sphere of life, from business to relationships to social interactions. In today's video, we will explore these 48 laws that will empower you to not only recognize power moves made by others but also help you take charge of your own destiny. As we journey through these laws, keep in mind that power, like any tool, can be used for both good and bad. Your understanding of these laws will allow you to make informed decisions, protect your interests, and, ultimately, become more strategic in your personal and professional life. Laws 1 to 10, Building Your Foundation. Let's kick things off with the first 10 laws, which lay the groundwork for understanding power dynamics and positioning yourself strategically. Law 1, Never outshine the master. This law is all about humility when dealing with those above you. If you make your boss, mentor, or leader feel insecure, they might see you as a threat and push back to protect their ego. Instead, let them shine, and you'll rise without making enemies. Deep dive. Picture yourself in a new job. You're eager to impress, so you pitch a brilliant idea in a meeting, and everyone loves it, except your boss, who feels overshadowed. Suddenly, you're sidelined. To avoid this, give credit to your boss's guidance or frame your idea as building on their vision. For example, historical figures like Niccolò Machiavelli played this game masterfully, advising rulers while staying in the shadows. In your life, this might mean praising your manager's leadership before sharing your input. It's not about dimming your light, it's about shining strategically. Law 2, Never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies. Friends can be loyal, but their closeness can make them complacent. Enemies, on the other hand, have something to prove, which can make them surprisingly reliable allies. Deep dive. Think of a workplace rival who's always competing with you. Instead of clashing, propose a collaboration where they can shine. Their drive to outperform you can fuel the project's success, and you both win. Historically, Abraham Lincoln appointed his rivals to his cabinet, turning adversaries into allies. In your life, consider how a frenemy could help you achieve a goal if you align their interests with yours. It's a counterintuitive but powerful move. Law 3, Conceal your intentions. If you reveal your plans too soon, others can sabotage you. Keep your cards close to your chest to maintain the element of surprise. Deep dive. Imagine you're negotiating a deal. If you say up front that you're desperate to close, the other side will lowball you. Instead, act neutral, drop hints about other options, and let them guess your next move. In history, Queen Elizabeth I used ambiguity to keep foreign powers off balance. In your life, this could mean not announcing your career goals until you've secured the promotion. Mystery is your ally. Law 4, Always say less than necessary. Words are cheap, and talking too much gives away your power. Silence creates intrigue and forces others to fill in the blanks. Deep dive. Ever notice how powerful people, like CEOs or movie stars, often speak sparingly? Their silence makes every word weighty. Next time you're in a heated discussion, try pausing before responding. It unnerves others and makes them reveal more. For example, in negotiations, saying less can make the other side over-explain, giving you leverage. Silence isn't just golden, it's powerful. Law 5, So much depends on reputation, guard it with your life. Your reputation is your currency. Build it carefully and protect it fiercely, because a single scandal can undo years of work. Deep dive. Think of a celebrity whose career tanked after a scandal. In your life, this might mean avoiding gossip or delivering on promises to build trust. For instance, if you're known as reliable at work, colleagues will back you in tough times. Historically, Cleopatra cultivated a reputation as a charismatic leader, which kept her in power. Ask yourself, what's my reputation, and how can I strengthen it? Law 6, Court attention at all costs. In a crowded world, invisibility is death. Stand out through bold actions, unique style, or creative ideas to stay top of mind. Deep dive, look at influencers or brands on social media, they thrive by grabbing attention. In your life, this could mean presenting a bold idea at work or dressing distinctively to be memorable. P.T. Barnum, the circus magnate, mastered this with outrageous publicity stunts. The key is authenticity, find a way to stand out that feels true to you. Law 7, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Great leaders delegate the grind and claim the glory. Use others' skills to free yourself for big picture thinking. Deep dive, imagine you're leading a team project. Instead of micromanaging, assign tasks to experts and guide the vision. When the project succeeds, you're seen as the orchestrator. Steve Jobs was a master at this, leveraging his team's talents while being the face of Apple's success. Just ensure you acknowledge your team privately to keep them motivated. Law 8, make other people come to you, use bait if necessary. Power lies in being the one others seek. Create value, knowledge, solutions, or opportunities, so people come to you. Deep dive, if you're job hunting, don't beg for interviews. Build a stellar portfolio or network so recruiters approach you. In history, Benjamin Franklin made himself indispensable by sharing wisdom, drawing influential people to him. In your life, become the go-to person in your field, and opportunities will follow. Law 9, win through your actions, never through argument. Arguments waste energy. Let your results, your work, your achievements, speak for you. Deep dive, if a colleague challenges your idea, don't debate endlessly. Prove it with a pilot project or data. Actions are undeniable. Gandhi's nonviolent protests won global support without a single argument. In your life, focus on delivering results, whether it's a killer presentation or a successful event. Let your work silence the critics. Law 10, infection, avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Negative people drain your energy and derail your progress. Surround yourself with positive, driven individuals. Deep dive, ever had a friend who complains constantly? Their negativity can rub off, sapping your motivation. Cut ties or limit contact, and seek out people who inspire you. Oprah Winfrey credits her success partly to surrounding herself with uplifting mentors. In your life, audit your circle, who lifts you up, and who drags you down. Laws 11 to 20, strengthening your position. Now that we've got the basics down, let's explore laws 11 to 20, which focus on consolidating your power and outsmarting your rivals. Law 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. Make yourself indispensable. Offer unique skills or resources so others rely on you, giving you leverage. Deep dive, at work, if you're the only one who understands a critical system, you're untouchable. Develop expertise that sets you apart. In history, advisors like Cardinal Richelieu made kings dependent on their counsel. In your life, think about what you can offer, a skill, a connection, that others can't easily replace. Law 12, use selective honesty to disarm your victim. A well-timed honest gesture builds trust, which you can use to your advantage later. Deep dive, if you're pitching to a client, admit a small flaw in your product to seem transparent, then highlight its strengths. This disarms skepticism. Con artists often use this tactic, but you can apply it ethically, like admitting a minor mistake to a boss to build credibility. Honesty, used sparingly, is a powerful tool. Law 13, when asking for help, appeal to self-interest. People help when they see what's in it for them. Frame your requests to highlight their benefits. Deep dive, need a favor from a colleague? Don't say, I need this. Say, this could boost our team's visibility. In history, diplomats like Henry Kissinger framed alliances as win-win deals. In your life, when asking for support, show how it aligns with the other person's goals. Law 14, pose as a friend, work as a spy. Gather intel by building trust. Friendly chats can reveal others' plans, weaknesses, or motives. Deep dive. At a networking event, ask open-ended questions and listen closely. People love talking about themselves, and you'll learn valuable insights. In history, spies like Mata Hari used charm to extract secrets. In your life, be genuinely curious in conversations. It's amazing what people reveal when they feel comfortable. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. If you defeat a rival, don't leave them room to recover. Eliminate the threat completely. Deep dive. In business, if a competitor undercuts you, don't just match their price, offer a unique value they can't replicate, like superior service. In history, Genghis Khan ensured defeated tribes couldn't regroup. In your life, this might mean outshining a rival so thoroughly they can't challenge you again. Be ruthless, but fair. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Stepping back at the right moment makes you more valued. Absence creates longing and mystery. Deep dive. If you're always available, people take you for granted. Take a strategic break, say, from social media or a group, to make your return more impactful. The Dalai Lama's rare appearances amplify his influence. In your life, try being less accessible to boost your perceived value. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Unpredictability keeps others guessing, giving you control. If people can't predict your moves, they stay cautious. Deep dive. In negotiations, throw in an unexpected demand to unsettle the other side. Machiavelli praised rulers who kept allies off balance. In your life, vary your routines or decisions occasionally, like changing meeting formats, to keep colleagues alert and attentive. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Isolation cuts you off from information and allies. Stay connected to stay powerful. Deep dive. If you work remotely, don't skip team calls or networking events, you'll miss critical updates. Reclusive leaders like Howard Hughes lost influence by isolating themselves. In your life, build a network of trusted contacts to stay informed and supported. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with, do not offend the wrong person. Understand people's temperaments before acting. Offending the wrong person can backfire spectacularly. Deep dive. Before criticizing a colleague, gauge their sensitivity. Some shrug it off, others hold grudges. In history, offending powerful figures like Pope Julius II cost Michelangelo dearly. In your life, tailor your approach to each person's personality to avoid unnecessary conflicts. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. Stay neutral to keep your options open. Loyalty to one side can limit your freedom. Deep dive. In office politics, don't pick sides in a dispute, stay neutral to maintain alliances with both. Leaders like Franklin Roosevelt shifted allegiances to maximize influence. In your life, avoid tying your fate to one group or ideology to preserve flexibility. Laws 21 to 30. Mastering manipulation. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of influence and strategy with laws 21 to 30. These are about outsmarting others while keeping your hands clean. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker, seem dumber than your mark. Hide your smarts to make others underestimate you. They'll lower their guard, giving you the upper hand. Deep dive. In a job interview, don't boast about every skill, let the employer discover your talents later. Catherine the Great feigned naivety to gain trust before seizing power. In your life, downplay your expertise in a meeting to catch a rival off guard when you shine. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic, transform weakness into power. When you're weak, surrender strategically to lull opponents into complacency, then strike later. Deep dive. If a competitor is dominating, concede a small market to focus on a niche they ignore. In history, Fabius Maximus used retreats to exhaust Hannibal's army. In your life, admit a minor fault to a critic to disarm them, then pivot to your strengths. Law 23. concentrate your forces. Focus your energy on one goal for maximum impact. Scattering efforts dilutes your power. Deep dive: instead of juggling multiple side hustles, pour your energy into one that's gaining traction. Napoleon won battles by concentrating troops at key points. In your life, pick one skill or project to master this year. It'll yield bigger results than multitasking. Law 24: play the perfect courtier. Be charming and subtle, serving others while advancing your own agenda. Deep dive: at work, flatter a senior colleague's expertise while suggesting ideas that benefit you. Renaissance courtiers like Castiglione mastered this balance. In your life, learn to read people's needs and offer help that positions you as indispensable. Law 25: recreate yourself. Don't be tied to one identity. Reinvent yourself to stay relevant and break free from others' expectations. Deep dive: if you're pigeonholed as the tech guy, take up a new role like public speaking to redefine yourself. Madonna reinvented her image every album cycle to stay iconic. In your life, try a new hobby or style to shift how others see you. Law 26: keep your hands clean. Let others handle dirty work to protect your reputation. Stay above the fray. Deep dive: if a project requires tough layoffs, delegate the task to a deputy while you focus on the vision. The Medici family used proxies to avoid blame. In your life, avoid public disputes, let others argue while you maintain a polished image. Law 27: play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Tap into people's desire for purpose by offering a compelling vision or cause. Deep dive: if you're launching a startup, sell a mission, like changing lives, not just a product. Leaders like Elon Musk inspire devotion with grand visions. In your life, rally friends around a shared goal, like a charity event, to build loyalty. Law 28: enter action with boldness. Bold moves command respect and draw attention. Hesitation signals weakness. Deep dive: launch a project with a splashy announcement to grab attention, even if it's not perfect. Alexander the Great's daring conquests inspired loyalty. In your life, take a calculated risk, like asking for a raise with confidence, to stand out. Law 29: plan all the way to the end. Always know your endgame. Plan for obstacles and stay focused on your ultimate goal. Deep dive: if you're starting a business, map out not just the launch but also scaling and exit strategies. Chess grandmasters plan several moves ahead. In your life, set a 5-year goal and reverse engineer the steps to get there. Law 30: make your accomplishments seem effortless. Hide the sweat behind your successes. Effortless wins impress more than visible struggle. Deep dive: when presenting a project, focus on the results, not the late nights. Athletes like Serena Williams make tough shots look easy. In your life, practice a skill privately until you can perform it with grace in public. Laws 31 to 48, sealing your legacy. We're in the home stretch with Laws 31 to 48, which focus on long-term dominance and adaptability. Let's dive in. Law 31: control the options, get others to play with the cards you deal. Limit others' choices to ones that benefit you. You control the game without them noticing. Deep dive: in a salary negotiation, offer 2 options, both acceptable to you. Politicians like Lyndon Johnson framed debates to control outcomes. In your life, present choices that steer people toward your preferred result, like suggesting 2 meeting times you're free for. Law 32: play to people's fantasies. Appeal to dreams of success or happiness to win loyalty. People follow what inspires them. Deep dive: if you're marketing a product, sell the lifestyle it enables, not just the features. JFK's "moonshot" speech inspired a nation. In your life, motivate a team by painting a vision of the rewards awaiting them. Law 33: discover each man's thumbscrew. Find people's weaknesses, fears, desires, insecurities, and use them to influence. Deep dive. If a colleague craves recognition, praise them publicly to win their support. Con artists exploit vulnerabilities, but you can use this ethically, like motivating a friend by addressing their fear of failure. In your life, observe what drives people to gain influence. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion, act like a king to be treated like one. Carry yourself with confidence and dignity, and others will treat you with respect. Deep dive. Dress sharply and speak assertively to command attention. Queen Elizabeth's regal presence amplified her authority. In your life, adopt a confident posture and tone, even on tough days, to shape how others perceive you. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Know when to act and when to wait. Timing is everything in power plays. Deep dive. Launch a product when market demand peaks, not just when it's ready. Warren Buffett waits for the perfect investment moment. In your life, time your requests, like asking for a favor when someone's in a good mood, for maximum impact. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have, ignoring them is the best revenge. Don't chase what's out of reach, it shows weakness. Act indifferent to maintain strength. Deep dive. If a promotion passes you by, focus on excelling in your current role instead of complaining. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius practiced detachment. In your life, shrug off rejections to project confidence and control. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Use drama and visuals to captivate and amplify your power. People love a show. Deep dive. Launch a campaign with a viral video or bold event. P.T. Barnum's circus spectacles drew millions. In your life, make a presentation memorable with striking visuals or a dramatic story to leave a lasting impression. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Blend in outwardly while keeping your true thoughts private to avoid conflict. Deep dive. In a conservative workplace, dress and act the part, even if you're a free spirit. Machiavelli advised rulers to appear virtuous. In your life, adapt to social norms in public while staying true to yourself privately. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Create chaos to distract others, then seize opportunities while they're off balance. Deep dive. In a negotiation, raise a side issue to distract the other party, then push your main agenda. Sun Tzu used confusion to outmaneuver enemies. In your life, introduce a small distraction to shift focus when you need an edge. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Nothing is truly free, accepting gifts creates obligations. Pay your way to stay independent. Deep dive. If a vendor offers a free trial, assume they'll expect loyalty later. Reject it unless it's truly no strings. In history, rulers avoided debts to maintain autonomy. In your life, cover your own costs to avoid owing anyone. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Forge your own path instead of mimicking a predecessor. Comparisons diminish you. Deep dive. If you replace a beloved leader, don't copy their style, create your own. Tim Cook carved a new path at Apple after Steve Jobs. In your life, build on a mentor's lessons but express them in your unique way. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Neutralize the leader to disrupt a group. Without direction, followers falter. Deep dive. In a rival team, sway their key decision-maker to weaken their strategy. Julius Caesar targeted enemy leaders to collapse their armies. In your life, address the source of a group's influence to shift dynamics in your favor. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Win loyalty through emotions, not just logic. Stir feelings to inspire action. Deep dive. Motivate a team by sharing a heartfelt story about the project's impact. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speeches moved millions. In your life, appeal to people's values or aspirations to gain their support. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Mimic your opponent's tactics to unsettle them. they'll struggle to counter their own moves. Deep dive: if a rival uses aggressive sales tactics, adopt a similar approach to neutralize them. In history, spies mirrored enemies to confuse them. In your life, reflect a critic's tone or style to throw them off balance. Law 45: preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Advocate change but introduce it gradually to avoid resistance. Deep dive: if you're leading a team overhaul, roll out changes in phases to ease fears. Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal was implemented step by step. In your life, suggest small improvements at work to build buy-in before pushing bigger shifts. Law 46: never appear too perfect. Show small flaws to seem human and avoid envy. Perfection breeds resentment. Deep dive: share a light-hearted mistake in a meeting to seem relatable. Celebrities like Taylor Swift use candid moments to connect with fans. In your life, admit minor struggles to build trust without undermining your credibility. Law 47: do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Stop pushing after a win to avoid overreaching. Consolidate gains instead. Deep dive: if you secure a big client, don't immediately demand more, nurture the relationship. Napoleon's overambition led to his downfall. In your life, savor a success, like a promotion, before chasing the next goal. Law 48: assume formlessness. Stay adaptable, like water, to thrive in any situation. Rigidity makes you vulnerable. Deep dive: if your industry shifts, pivot your skills to stay relevant. Bruce Lee's philosophy of adaptability inspired his success. In your life, embrace change, whether it's a new job or mindset, to remain unstoppable. Thank you for tuning in to this summary of the 48 Laws of Power. As we've explored today, these laws offer valuable insights into strategy, manipulation, and the art of gaining influence and control. Whether you're navigating the business world, striving for personal growth, or simply seeking to understand the dynamics of power, these laws provide timeless wisdom for every situation. But remember, power is a tool, and how you wield it is what truly matters. Use the knowledge gained from these laws wisely and ethically. True mastery comes not just from achieving power, but from knowing how to maintain it, adapt with it, and most importantly, how to grow with it. If you found this summary helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more insightful audiobook summaries, and share this video with friends who might benefit from these lessons as well.